Welcome back, guys, to another update. Today I will try to give you a really fast update about what's going on, and I'm pretty happy because if you have watched my last videos, because I have been like 8 days to create a video because mostly I was boring. But to be honest with you, I'm pretty happy because my analysis, if you watched my last videos of Bitcoin, you will know that played very accurately, and I'm pretty happy because now it seems that the bottom is in according to the data that we got. And I have told you there was an accumulation of cash for months, and I was expecting a drop below 80k, either for a double bottom scenario or either for a lower low. It happened a lower low, not straight to $73,000, but straight to $74,000. It is what it is. I was expecting something around there. So we had the drop, and actually I bought, not with all the cash aside, but with a good portion of that. And we actually took a very low prices of altcoins. So now we have the reversal, and you're gonna tell me, Chris, what happened? Of course, most of you already know. As you know, as I have explained to you in the last videos, that Trump was trying to create chaos to push the Fed to press the button, okay, in a very general terms. And in reality, he created in second day of April tariffs that implemented, and he created chaos, and we got actually this massive drop in the markets. SP 500 collapsed, stock market collapsed, and of course that affected Bitcoin as well. But couple days later, 7 days later, he changed his opinion, and he actually took back the tariffs with 90-day pause. So now Trump and the administration of him is actually under negotiation for above 130 countries that are negotiating now with the US to find a proper deal. So this is a big W for the US, but only the tariffs didn't pause for China. The trade war continues every single day, and it's actually funny because they got this back and forth increase on tariffs every single day, like every day, almost every day. China imposed bigger tariffs, US replies, and we have this back and forth that is ridiculous. It is what it is. That is good for us because this creates China and actually pushed China to sell US bonds. This actually pushed the Dixie to come lower. Lately, we had CPI inflation data that came lower, PPI data came lower. Everything is showing an emergency situation for the Fed to press the button and print money. Of course, QT is slowing down, and as I have explained to you in my last videos, that I believe Fed is in a position that is doing a stealth pivot. They haven't showed clearly their intentions yet, but slowly, with some small details, I believe you can see them. And before today, is actually a guy from the Fed, Kaskari, said that Fed has the tools to provide more liquidity to help the government to whatever actually needs. So you understand here that we got couple signals, couple green lights that Fed is preparing to print money. Now, how fast this can happen, we don't know, and we will see, and we will get more clear vision in the FOMC meeting 7th of May. And now you're going to tell me, Chris, how you see the market moving from now until the 7th of May. Guys, all I see now is that this week to move like as a sideways move with some ups and some downs, but not something crazy, like significant crazy, because don't forget 17th of April, there is the tax day of US, and most of the times, like in this period, we have some sell-offs. People are selling to pay their taxes. So I believe, if you ask me, that we won't have something significantly in the market, and I believe close to 20th of April and after, we will begin watching the market taking a bullish direction. And as you know, I was very big believer that the bottom will happen around middays of April, and I was believing that the market will begin building a bullish territory with some higher highs and some significant breakouts of resistances and the 200 daily moving averages in the last days of April, early days of May, a little bit before the FOMC meeting of May. And I believe we're going to have a very bullish FOMC meeting. And if not on May, but on June, we're going to have aggressive rate cuts. And I believe Fed is very, very close for pivot. Anyway, I'm not going to actually speculate now how Fed will move and all of that stuff. I would like just to show you something really significant that most people always getting trapped on that. I have told you that Bitcoin will drop, and I was giving more probabilities for that scenario, below 80K. I had two scenarios for either a double bottom or either lower low. I told you that the biggest trap is about to be set up if Bitcoin gonna drop below 80K, 78K, that lots of people gonna panic sell on this zone, on this region within 73K and 78K. And this is exactly what happened. Actually, the time that Donald Trump announced the tariffs, a couple days later, we got actually this big crash in the market. And if you have watched this video here that I say Bitcoin huge trap is about to be set up, you will know that I was aware of something like that. And of course, always I tell you, you need to be aware and prepared for all the scenarios because crypto is very unexpected. But I was a big believer that many people are going to be trapped here and they're going to sell everything because in such a scenario that Bitcoin dropped at 74K, you heard everywhere that black swan event recession is happening and we're going to go lower. And in reality, me personally, I bought at 74K really, really low altcoin prices. I bought personally Tau, but also Kaspa was in a very, very ridiculous low price. Okay, like that's close to 5 cents, like precisely. Me personally, I have an average on Kaspa 2 cents, 1.5 cents entry. So for me, it wasn't making that much sense. And it doesn't make any sense to buy Kaspa at this point. I have loaded up in 2023. So now I buy more Tau that is in extremely, extremely generational wealth entries. And I believe will thrive inside of the top of this kind of cycle. Okay. So this is what I would like to tell you. I believe after 20th of April, the world market, if nothing will change from here, will keep moving up. And I believe we will have very, very bullish June. And yeah, we will see. We're going to analyze everything in the upcoming videos. And also would like to tell you that Dixie is dropping. And I believe that Dixie will take the downtrend movement and will go close to $90, 88, 89. And every time that actually Dixie has been there, last time that we have been there, it was actually the time that market exploded because the QE situation. And also you see here 2017, 2018, when we were here, we had also a bull run. So you see now we are getting there. So you need to be ready because Fed will print money from the thin air, and this money are going to be a lot, insane amount of money, because US must find money to refinance the debt of 9 trillion around that number. Anyway, we will see step by step. Also, we're going to analyze in the next video. Guys, now for the people who would like to store their cryptos with the safest way, I recommend you to use a Tazem wallet. It's one of the best out there and it's super easy. You can store Tau, Kaspa, Bitcoin, everything there. So I highly recommend you to use it. Don't forget to use my CryptoChris code to get 10% off in your order and sleep safe at night. Don't store your cryptos in hot wallets and exchanges. It's super risky. One day to wake up and you won't have access to your favorite cryptos. And also, guys, for the people who like to buy, I buy from Wix and it's with no KYC. And lately, I'm very satisfied with Wix. I used to buy from xt.com, as you know, but I stopped using it because it's kind of sketchy. The first days that I was using it and the first times that I was using it, it was perfect, but now has done some sketchy things that made me unsatisfied. So I use Wix and I'm very, very satisfied. It's very, very reliable, probably one of the best non-KYC exchanges. And if you're gonna go through my link, sign up, deposit and all of that stuff, you can have up to $30,000 bonus in your order. So sign up, deposit, purchase your favorite cryptos. It has everything, Kaspa, Tau, everything. Get your bonus and immediately withdraw to your cold wallet. We don't trust any single exchange, no matter how good it is. Anyway, I will see you guys all in my next video. Until my next video, Chris is out. Bye.